Apex Legends Alternator Weapon Review. Anyway, the Alternator, I'd say it's a pretty looked over gun, but overall, if you get the right attachments on this thing, it can do some decent work, at least on depleting shields and stuff, although it's still second to the R99. But I mean, it's at least better than the R3, the RE45 pistol. Like, it holds a little bit more in the magazine, and it does a little bit more damage. Per bullet, not DPS. But anyway, I'd say that this weapon is also quite unique. I played with it back in Titanfall 2, and let's just say it's changed a lot from Titanfall 2 to Apex, mostly because of the recoil. The recoil in this game, for the Alternator at least, it shakes a little bit side to side, kind of like the Spitfire in that regard, but it still goes up a little bit, not a whole lot. But the thing is, back in Titanfall 2, it was completely flat, the flat line. But the thing is, like, the flat line turned into a straight up and down recoil. The same thing happened to Alternator, where it's straight up and down, even though it does have a little bit of shake. So to remedy that little sway or shake or sideways recoil, whatever you want to call it, use a stock on this thing, because it'll work out very well. Then, I'd say an extended mag will really help you. Honestly, with every weapon, you really need an extended mag. You can equip an extended mag. I wish you could put one on an EVA 8, but you can't. So, overall, you need an extended mag for this thing, as well as basically any other weapon. And as for the sights on this thing, they're actually surprisingly very good, but they can be, the alternate can be used like to poke at people at long range or medium range engagements, or even close up, like, an SMG, what it's kind of made for. Then, other than that, a barrel stabilizer does help a lot with the up and down recoil, but that can be controlled with a little bit of adjustment with the good old joystick. And, well, there's a few other things about this Alternator is, overall movement speed. Like, it's an SMG, you're going to have a lot of movement on you instead of, slugging around an assault rifle or even a Spitfire. But, like I said, with the mobility on this thing, it really opens up what you can do with this thing, especially since, like, I'm playing Octane right here, and you can probably see what's happening. And the same thing with, like, Pathfinder and Wraith, and all characters that really need to move. When it comes to other characters, maybe you can get away with, like, a caustic with a Spitfire or something, but when it comes to characters that need to move to be effective, like Octane or some of the other heroes I mentioned, well, you kind of need that extra movement speed. So a close quarter build like a Peacekeeper, an Alternator, or, what other SMG is pretty effective. And, well, the way I'm kind of using the Alternator here is mostly to deplete their shields so I can swap over to my Peacekeeper, which is another thing that most SMGs and pistols and, fast weapons usually share, which is easy and short swap time. So you can just switch like straight to your good old Peacekeeper and finish them off easily without any real problem. Instead of, like, let's say a Spitfire or even a sniper rifle that takes a while to steal away before you can whip out the pistol. But I think you can cancel that, like, if you have like very fast fingers on the button inputs. But if you don't really have the time for that, like in the middle of a fight, you might as well just go with the SMG and use the fast swap time on there. Then, well, I'd say overall burst firing this weapon is pretty effective. Like, even though you're probably not going to do much damage at all, at least you're going to distract your opponents and, well, get them off your teammates so your teammates, like right here, can finish them off and win you a game. Well, see you guys later in another video. I am out of here.